for not supporting my ex-husband and his wife after their years of infertility. When I was in my early 30s, I divorced my ex-husband, Ethan. We share 3 children, ages 13, 12, and 9. Our marriage ended when our youngest was just a few months old. Ethan confessed that he never truly loved me and had only married me because I got pregnant with our first child. He said he'd been pretending for years, and his unhappiness had grown unbearable. It was painful enough to hear that, but what hurt even more was how quickly I became irrelevant in his eyes, even as the mother of his children. Just weeks after our divorce, Ethan began bringing his new girlfriend, Sophie, to the kids' school events. When we first met, they told me Sophie was getting ready for her role as a new mom. I assumed she was pregnant. She wasn't. They meant she was preparing to be mom to my children. At that same event, Sophie asked to hold my baby, someone she had never even met. And Ethan told me they needed some mother-son bonding time. Soon after, he started asking me to let Sophie take over responsibilities like school pickups, drop-offs, and dance practice. His reasoning? The kids needed to make space for Sophie as a mom. When I told him she could be their stepmom but not their mom, Ethan snapped. He said Sophie would be a better mother than I ever could be, and that, in their home, she would be mom. After that, Sophie started calling me names in public, saying I was insecure, jealous, and couldn't handle being second best. Things got worse when Ethan tried to remove me from the school contact list and replace me with Sophie. I took him to court and won. The judge restricted Ethan's decision-making rights after that stunt and reminded him that all school and medical information had to be shared with me. When Ethan and Sophie eventually got married, they scheduled their wedding on my parenting week. I refused to give up the time, offering a fair compromise, but Ethan rejected it. The kids didn't attend the wedding, and he tried again to take custody. Lost. Again. Over the years, Sophie and Ethan have pressured the kids to call her mom, and even told them to spend Mother's Day with her instead of me. The kids have always called her Sophie, and they prefer to stay with me, which Ethan claims is parental alienation. Recently, I learned that Sophie is infertile. After years of trying, they found out they can't have biological children. Ethan messaged me through our co-parenting app, asking for a full month with the kids to visit Sophie's family in Canada. I declined, citing our custody agreement, which clearly says neither parent is obligated to give up time. At a recent school event, I saw them again. The kids didn't hug Sophie, and afterward, she and Ethan accused me of being cold, unsupportive, and lacking compassion, saying that after all Sophie had been through, I should have been understanding. I don't feel I owe them that. They've spent years trying to erase me from my children's lives. I have compassion for her infertility, but that doesn't mean I'll surrender my role as their mother. Legally, I'm fine. Morally, I just wanted to know if I'm really the villain here.